Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name's Erica and I share all things homeschooling, family, and faith. So this year is my first time tutoring foundations. We've been with Classical Conversations. This is our third year, and it has definitely been a process trying to get ideas together and make it fun for the kids. So I just wanted to give you guys a look into how we are doing week 3 of cycle 1, so that if it's your first time tutoring, this might give you some ideas as well. So up here is my tutor board, and I have all of my timeline cards for week 3. They're hung up by magnets. Okay, so I've come up with a couple of ways of how to make new grammar fun during our community day. So pretty much anything that has hand motions, which for us would be timeline, science, and history. Yeah, timeline, science, history. Those 3, I don't add anything extra to because I feel like learning the hand motions is enough. But the rest, I've been adding different elements to make it more interesting for the kids. So for instance, for Bible, since our kids know this really well, most of the kids, actually every single kid in my class has been in CC for several years. And since we do books of the Bible every year, these kids just know this song. They don't need you to repeat it really. We've been doing silly voice cards, which I got from Devoted to Little's website. I'll link her website down below. She has a lot of really great resources. All of these things that I'm doing, I've pulled from different CC moms or from CC Connected. Yeah, so I didn't reinvent the wheel here or anything like that, but I'm just pulling resources from a bunch of different places and seeing what works for me. So that's what I suggest that you do. You don't have to do everything that someone does, just pull from what you've seen so far and do what works for you and for your class. So this has been fun because these are little silly voice cards. So she has like, do it with the lights off, or opera style, or a high-pitched voice, or hold your tongue. There's a bunch of different ones in here that we've been using, and the kids really think it's hilarious and it gets them up and moving. So for books of the Bible, since all the kids know it super well, we are gonna go right into using some silly voice cards. So why don't you guys pick a silly voice card, and this is exactly what I'll do when we go to community day, is let the kids pick a silly voice card.
Eyes closed.
Eyes closed. What do you have? Quiet and soft. Okay, so let's sing it regular first, and then we'll use your voice cards. Ready? 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and Job, Psalms and Proverbs. Okay, so now which one do you have, Cameron? Eyes closed. Okay, so let's sing it with our eyes closed. Ready, set, go. 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and Job, Psalms and Proverbs. Good. Okay, Cece, what do you have? Soft and quiet. So we're going to use super quiet voices. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and Job, Psalms and Proverbs. Good. Good job. Hinduism in India, Phoenicians and the alphabet, Olmecs of Mesoamerica, Israelite exodus and desert wandering, Israelite conquest and judges, Greek dark ages, Israel's united kingdom. Anyways, so yeah, so our community uses the hand motions that are on CC Connected, the girl in the black dress, apparently. I don't know, I just use what is in my tutor binder, but that's where that comes from.
This.
Okay, so we're gonna do first declension noun endings, which this I think is gonna be a little bit difficult this week because these are hard to say. So when I'm tutoring, I'm just going to probably pick 2 kids to pick a movement card because I think we're gonna have to go over this a couple times. Okay, Cammie, come pick yours. What do you have? Crawl. Okay. Let's do Cece's first. So when I was going over this week's grammar, this was in our tutor binder. I'm sure it's from CC Connected, but I'm definitely going to print these out and give them to the moms because it really helps with the pronunciation of the declension noun ending. So what's your movement? Clap hands. Okay, ready? So here we go. Let's clap hands. So it's going to be I, So I, I am east, ass, east. So I am east, ass, east. Good. What do you have? Crawl. Okay. You guys crawl around while we say it. I am east, ass, east. I also set up my room that I tutor in now to basically just be a bunch of chairs, like sitting in a circle, and then we don't move to tables until it's time for fine arts and science. This way the kids are up and moving almost the entire time. Anytime we do anything with hand motions, timeline, history, science, those are all done with the kids standing doing the hand motions. Same thing for this, books of the Bible, they're gonna each pick a card, and since the goal is to go over each one 7 times, and it kind of works out because I have 7 kids in my class, so they each get to pick a silly voice card and we do it 7 times because they already know this song. If it was something that they weren't already super familiar with, I would probably only let 2 or 3 of the kids pick a silly voice card, and I would speak it first, have them repeat after me, and then I would move into that. But since they already know this song super well, we just hand out silly voice cards and they do it on their own. We don't even play the music. All right, and then for math, I bought an agility ladder. So right now we're in skip counting. This week is gonna be skip counting the 5s and skip counting the 6s. So I will lay out an agility ladder and I will let the kids jump from square to square. There's no way you're gonna be able to get them to do it with the rhythm of the song. The kids are just too sporadic. So I literally just let them do frog jumps or hop or whatever it is to get them through, and just make sure that they're singing the whole entire time and they think it's great and it gets them up and moving. So what I will have them do is start at the beginning, and they each get to run all the way through, hop, jump, whatever it is. Then they go back to the beginning to start over again. And the main point is for them to sing this song while they're doing it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 6, 12, 18, 24, back to the beginning. Make sure you're singing, okay? 48, 42, 48, 54, 60.
Good job, girl. And then for geography, we have maps that are in our tutor bins, and I've just been getting some fun things to use as pointers. So the first week I had finger puppets so that they could point to each place on the map. And now I have these long pointer hands, and then also one of my friends had these little fingers, like little hands that you can put on your fingers, so I have those as well. So I always start with geography so that when the kids walk in, all the maps are already set up and all of the pointers are out, so we get right into geography. These are not the maps that we use in class, but my maps were left in my tutor bin, so these are just my personal at-home maps.
I can use this finger pointer.
So Cece has a little finger pointer. But we also have these finger puppets, and then these are kind of funny. We have these hands that the kids can put on their fingers to use to find the places on the maps as well. So we're gonna find Judah, which is in red. We're gonna find Israel, which is circled in purple. We're gonna find the Sea of Galilee, which is in green. Then we're gonna find the Jordan River, which is in blue. The Dead Sea.
What's blue?
Right here. See that blue line? And then the Dead Sea, which is in black. And then Phoenicia, which is in green. Which with the timeline cards this week, that correlates because there's the Phoenicians and the alphabet. So you can kind of tie that into geography as well. So that's what we do for geography. We'll use some kind of fun pointer, either the hand pointers, these little finger puppets, or these little hands, so that they can find what they're looking for on the map. And one thing I will do sometimes is whatever color I circle it or outline it on the map, I will also write that on my tutor board, so I can say, okay, the Jordan River is in blue, find whatever is outlined in blue. I did notice after the first 2 weeks that I have 7s and 8-year-olds this time around. So they are a little bit more advanced with finding the different areas, and they can read. So this week I decided to not circle them in the specific colors, and I'm gonna have them find them on their own. So we'll see how that goes and see if I go back to doing it the way I did before.
Point. I have point. I'm a point.
Then we'll go to English, which I'll explain in a minute. We use preposition Pete, which was a mom's idea in our homeschool group, so I can't take credit for that or probably even really show it because it wasn't my idea. But yeah, she made preposition Pete, and it's basically just a little guy that she has in a popsicle stick, and she made a whole little script that goes along with all the different prepositions, since we have prepositions all the way up until week 12. So this is preposition Pete, and she has a whole script that goes along with it. Pete walks along the road, so walking along the road. Okay. Pete sits amid the trees.
Sits among the trees.
Pete plays among his friends. Wanna play with me? Pete goes around the mulberry bush. Pete stops at the store. And Pete sits atop of my head. So that is how we do grammar at Community Day. And then also I keep my kids a week ahead of Community Day so that I can practice all week long with them. And it helps me to feel more confident on Community Day that I know all of the hand motions, the songs, things that we're gonna do. And I mean, it's not always gonna go perfectly. For instance, last week, Latin was a song that repeated, and I gave each kid in my class, 7 children, a movement card, and we wound up doing the song basically 14 times instead of 7. So those kids are really gonna know that week 2 Latin song. But that's okay, like just let it go and fix it for next week. And now I know I'll just give the 2 or 3 of the kids a card instead of all 7 of them if we have a song that is a song that repeats every verse. But yeah, so that's how I do it at Community Day, and then also I do it the same way at home so that I'm practicing all week so that when I get to Community Day I feel very confident with new grammar. I just wanted to give you a look at my tutor board one more time so that you guys can get ideas if you need any ideas on how to make a tutor board. I got this black board from Michael's, and then these are all dry erase pockets, and it's on like a tripod stand, which is also from Amazon. But when I did the magnets, I might go back and fix these. It was before I got the stand, so the stand isn't perfectly in the middle, which does kind of drive me nuts, but that's okay. But yeah, so the magnets aren't perfectly spaced, which again does kind of drive me crazy, so I might redo them. But I just have all of these on with magnets, and then you can always take each part off while you're doing grammar so that the kids know what they have left. I haven't done that yet, but that might be something I start doing. And then my dry erase pockets and also my subject headings are all put on with Velcro sticky tabs. So this is books of the Bible right here. Or when I go to Community Day, I keep whatever I'm gonna use for that in the pocket. So the Bible has our silly voice cards in there. And then I printed this off of Etsy, I believe. I might have paid like $1 or $2 for it, but I thought it was pretty and a good way to put the CC motto on there. And then I have history and science, which again, those are both ones that we do hand motions for, so I don't add anything extra to that. And then we have math, which we're on skip counting, so that is where my agility ladder comes in handy. And then geography, so like I said, I lay out the maps and the pointers so that when the kids get there, that's already set up. English, we've been using preposition P, and when we're done with that, I will have to think of something new. And then Latin, we have been using the movement cards. So I put all of that together so that when I get to Community Day, everything is ready to go. I just have to set it up in the classroom. I really hope that that was helpful for you guys, because I have been seeing a lot of CC videos out there that tell you what to do but not specifically show you, and I'm definitely a visual learner, so I kind of need to see it in action in order to be able to like get it into my brain. So I just thought I would make a video showing you guys how we do it so that you can use some of those ideas at Community Day as well. And if this is your first year tutoring, congrats to you, it's mine also. It can be a bit overwhelming, especially coming into like a bigger community where things have been a certain way for a long time, and you kind of have to jump in and try to fit into that. So I'm doing my best, but yeah, it can be a challenge. So I hope that this was helpful and gave you guys some ideas and tips and tricks of things that you can do to make new grammar fun for the kids and for yourself. And I do kind of recommend keeping your kids a week ahead if you're tutoring, especially if you're tutoring for the first time, because it really did help to give me confidence when I got to Community Day to know that I knew all of the grammar and all of the hand motions because I had been practicing it so much with my kids. I know there is a concern with that like your kids or might jump ahead or jump into or interrupt the tutor, but most of the kids in my class, actually all the kids in my class, have been in CC before, and a lot of them this is their second time through this cycle. So those kids already know it anyway, and they're jumping in anyway. So I really haven't had a problem where you know, one of my kids has been the one interrupting me at all, which I honestly don't even mind. I think it's kind of fun when the kids already know the songs and jump in and help you sing. So it doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. And if you guys are tutoring CC this year, or if you're just a CC mom and you have any other ideas for me of how I can make new grammar fun, or even fine arts and science, because that is something I'm still wrapping my head around as well, definitely drop that in the comments down below. If you've never done CC before and you have questions, let me know if you want me to make a video all about CC and what CC is about and why we do CC. I would love to do that. But I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.